Hey guys, Gary here today, and today I am redoing my Shin Godzilla review. Undoubtedly, I didn't do a good enough job on it, so I'm gonna go in more detail on why I dislike the movie. If you've seen my original review, then you know I dislike it. Undoubtedly, I must go in more detail on why I don't like it. And, problems I have with the movie is that, first of all, let me explain. We're going to go over different aspects of the movie. Of course, you've seen my movie review before. I go over characters. Like, you've seen my just preview. I go over, characters, the dinosaurs, the action, the plot, and all that. So, instead of dinosaurs, it's going to be Godzilla. So, first of all, we're going to go over characters. There were none. That's the problem. And I can't remember their names because they don't go into full detail of character. And yes, I will point out those comments, though, of people saying the comments. And okay, so if you commented on the last Shin Godzilla review, there's no hate towards you. I'm just gonna explain. I should not have to look up characters' names or the main character's name in a movie. Look at Jaws. Chief Brody. That's easy to remember because he was the main character. See, if you're going to have character, you can at least gotta extinguish the main character. I can't even remember the main character's name. That's the problem. There are no characters. Sure, we do have these government agencies, but come on. But if you can't even flesh out the main character, how am I supposed to remember who they are? I can't because I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do for a living. I don't know. All we know about all the characters is that there's one girl. I can't remember her name because they don't really explain the name. Mostly because I watched it in Japanese and, subheadings weren't really that good. So, and I'm not going to look up characters' names. I should be able at least to remember their names, or a movie should be able to say their names, which I'm sure the movie does, but it just goes through it and it's mostly just talking and then Prime Minister, and they don't really have names. And the only character we really get is the girl who wants to become the president of the United States of America. That's all we get. For one character. Out of all the other characters, that's the only one we get. Then we have the scientists who say Godzilla, so they're, I don't know. It's just they don't go into detail for characters. And I'm not going to compare this to Godzilla 2014 because that's not. Well, that would probably be a later video. I did talk about who would win a fight, and that would be obviously. I already said that, so watch that video if you want to know who my predictions would win the fight, mostly. So, now we're going to talk about the plot. The plot was your standard Godzilla movie. Godzilla shows up, terrorizes Japan, military tries to stop Godzilla. All its missiles tanks fail, they come up with some elaborate plan works, and at the end, Godzilla's defeated. It's your standard Godzilla movie. Now here's my biggest gripe, is Godzilla himself. He has barely any screen time in this movie. He shows up at the end. They build no suspense up to him. Now, don't be saying that, look, no, what people excuse is that they never really build up Godzilla in the other movies. That's because, but they did, because in the very first Godzilla movie, they build up to Godzilla. In the very first Millennium Godzilla movie, Godzilla 2000, they build up suspense. And Godzilla 1985, they build up suspense. They build up suspense in the first movie of the new series because we don't know what Godzilla looks like, so that's why they build suspense. And then, since we already know what he looks like and what he's all about, then that's why it's okay for them to not build suspense. If you're starting a new franchise, and this is the very first Godzilla movie, I say the best thing to do is build up suspense. That way we have what we want. And that's, well, you know what, I'm not going to talk about 2014. We'll talk about that later, another day. Okay, so, and for me, Godzilla just looks so ugly. I mean, it looks like a burnt piece of toast. I mean, don't get me wrong, sure, he had some pretty cool scenes with his atomic laser, but the whole back and tail laser things, that's just too much for me. Like, it's just like, oh, why? Why do you have to do that? Sure, it's an updated version of the atomic pulse, but I don't mind them updating Godzilla, just update him in a way that's good. I don't think this one's good. Now, hear me out. I'm not saying this is the... Now, if you like this movie, good for you. You can find good in something I can't find good in. And that's great, because we all have our opinions here. Now, just because I don't like something doesn't mean you don't have to like it. You can like it and talk great things about it. Me, yes, I'm going to talk a little bit of trash about it, but I just can't find good in this movie. If you like it, that's perfectly fine with you. I'm not bashing anyone's opinions. I'm just stating out comments I've been receiving that have been calling me things and saying bad things about me just because I don't understand the movie. I understand the movie, but what does that have to apply to me? Now we'll get on to that. Now we're going to talk about key concepts of the movie. Now I know we're jumping here, but there's things I need to get out of the way first before I can really go into details of my true problems. Key concepts is that I have been being called simple-minded because I don't get the concepts. I do get the concepts of natural disasters and how the government is in Japan. But that's Japan. That's not the United States. There's a big difference. Sure, we get natural disasters here too. But natural disaster parts I can get. But the government, how crap the government, Japan government is? What does that have to do with me? Like, so I'm being called simple-minded because the concept really has nothing to do with me. They took a political side. They talk about concepts that happened in Japan. That does not happen all around the world. That happened specifically in Japan. What does that have to do with me exactly? So I'm simple-minded because the concepts have nothing to do with me. I live in the United States, for peak's sake. Our government's fine. Why would sure, natural disasters could apply, but disasters specifically towards Japan have nothing to do with me. Nothing. Where I live, all we get is like, a category 1 or 2 tornadoes and hurricanes. And sure, we get forest fires and all that, but still. That's not the point. Tsunamis is not a common thing. We don't get tsunamis here that often. I don't think when I live, I've never seen one, and I'm hoping never to see one. I don't want to jinx it. But what does that have to do with me specifically? This is the Godzilla movie. Sure, they talk about nature and all that, but they really put the full force of nature in this one. Talking about all the disasters that happen in Japan. Sure, that's great and all, but what does that have to do with me? What does that have to do with the Godzilla movie? Godzilla is a disaster. He's a semblance of nature. This movie is Godzilla's semblance is the sins of man. I can stand beside that, but at least make him look good. Don't make him look like a burnt piece of toast that just so happens to hit building. Yes, he so happens to hit buildings. He does target buildings with his atomic laser, and that scene was pretty cool. I will admit, I did get a little smile, and I actually was jumping down. But overall, I just can't find any good in this movie. It just sucks for me. Why? Because for me, there are no characters. For me, Godzilla is ugly. He doesn't really do too much. He has to freeze, which I guess gives his backplate something, but okay. The whole humanoid things, like, where... Okay, I have a question, right? Fans of Shin Godzilla. Now, they never mention a sequel, but where would a sequel go? And if you see me, Ami Viewer, yeah, this is where I'm getting the ideas from. Ami Viewer, you should go check his video out before you want to... Go check out his channel if you want to see him. I'll probably leave a link, but I'm not really copying ideas. It's just what he explained makes sense, and I'm going to use what he explained. This is from him, but I've used it as it's a good reference. Now let's look at the two possibilities. Now, we could have Godzilla trying to wake up from the chemical, and a nuclear bomb could be dropped. That could be the whole movie, and they're trying to figure out a way to keep Godzilla frozen. That way, a nuclear bomb does not drop. Then we're going to have the humanoids. Humanoids get off Godzilla, and they start terrorizing Japan. Neither one of those is a Godzilla movie. Only one is partially, but that's barely any Godzilla. So how would that work? That wouldn't work because that's going to make a lot of fans upset because this says Godzilla. It would be, the second option was the whole humanoids would be monster apocalypse, like zombies, and that's not really Godzilla. And him being frozen, that's not going to have barely any Godzilla in there, so why would you even do it? It just makes no sense for there to be a sequel. Now, let's get on back to the topic about the movie. Problems I have, there are no sense of characters. Godzilla was bad. Everything they did with Godzilla was bad, except for the one scene, and I'm gonna say that one scene was pretty cool. I will admit that. The themes, like the songs, the songs they used were pretty. They were good. I will admit they were pretty good. Even though most of them were ripped out from the 50s movies, which was okay. It's okay. Concept of the movie, it's okay, but it really doesn't apply to me. I get it if it was in Japan, that way everyone can understand it, that's why it did so well in Japan, but the United States, we're not gonna get it. I get the concept, but what does that have to do with me? Exactly. It's just a lot of decisions they went with this movie were not good ones to me. My personal opinion, I disliked the movie. I can't find a little bit good things in there, but mostly it's more negative to me. I will do a comparison between Godzilla 2014 and Shin Godzilla. And if you heard me talk about these two movies before, you know I prefer 2014 over Long Shot. Now, I am not biased to 2014. I'm just saying 2014 overall is a better Godzilla film to me. Now, thank you all for watching, and I hope that cleared some things up to why I dislike it. As I say before, there's no sense of characters. Godzilla, they did almost everything that was Godzilla was bad. The whole concept doesn't make sense. It does, but what does it have to do with me? The plot is your standard Godzilla movie. Some of the action scenes were okay. The tank scene was cool. Things that I find stupid they did was Godzilla having to freeze up. It'd be like, so if he were to fight, he would lose. Because, it makes, I'm not gonna get into it. But, I just find a lot of problems with the movie rather than good. Now, thank you for watching for this Shin Godzilla second review, so Shin Godzilla Review 2.0. I'm hoping that cleared some concepts up for you. And if you enjoyed the movie, that's good. More power to you. But I can't. I'm sorry. But thank you all for watching and have a good day. Bye.